It is hot as fuck, you guys. Oh my god, my back. It is hot. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. I almost said Wednesday. Anyways, today's video we are going to talk a little bit about the challenge Total Madness episode 6. And it is hot as fuck, and so I'm going to try to get through this damn video really fast because I'm sweating. It is hot. Anyway, so this episode started off where last episode left off, with the whole Jay and Rogan situation. In the last episode, Rogan basically tackled the shit out of Jay, and Jay was kind of left in the sand, a mess. This episode started off from there, and Jay was, I definitely think he had a slight concussion. I am not a medical expert, I'm not a doctor, but so I can't really say for sure, but in my humble opinion, I definitely think that he had a little bit of a concussion. I don't know, he just was really confused and all over the place. But he was able to finish his final 2 rounds. So he attempted to get the ball in the hoop 2 more times. The final time, Rogan again tackled him. Now it was Rogan's turn to try to get the ball in the hoop, but Jay was really all over the place and confused. And the medical team decided that he shouldn't be playing anymore. He can't risk getting hit again. So he was medically discharged, evacuated, eliminated, I don't know. But the medical team decided to pull his ass, and that is how Rogan earned his red skull. Because Jay couldn't compete anymore because of the medical team saying that he could not. So I actually think that Rogan's red skull is kind of pathetic and half-assed, but I'm sure he is so proud of it, so whatever. Similar to Dee. You know, Dee really only won her red skull because Wes helped her. But she's hella proud of it, and I don't know. You guys know how I feel about those two, so whatever. I'm going to move on from that. Jay ended up getting sent home. Rogan got his stupid-ass red skull, and he's ugly and he's annoying. So that's where the episode began. And then Tori continues to, sorry, I'm reading, I have my notes, you guys, because I'm so professional. Tori continues to talk about how she wants to go into the proving ground so she could earn her red skull, which I really respect. I love that about Tori. She wants to get in there, and she wants to do her shit, and she wants to get her skull so that she can run in that final, and I really respect that. Everyone else is, like, constantly trying to dodge that damn proving ground, and I'm like, hello? You have to go in there in order to make it to the final. Like, you might as well go in now. Like, I'm so confused. I don't know, but Tori wants to go in, and that's that. So does Bailey, by the way. And then Jenna starts going on about her relationship with Zach, and I just can't stand when women, like, are all up in toxic ass men. Like, oh, it's so frustrating. He is just so gross and annoying, and he has always been that way. This isn't something new. He has been that way since his season of the Real World, and it's really just if he's one thing, it's consistent, because he has stayed being a douchebag since day 1. But she is talking about how sorry if I'm moving my hair a lot, it's because it's hot. I think it's like 85 or 90 degrees outside, and I am hot. Anyway, so she's talking about how she misses him, but she thinks that he's dodging her calls or avoiding her. Ugh, I just can't. And then we move on to Bear basically bragging to all of the guys about how, well, somehow they got into the conversation about how Bear is continuing to win in the house, and we all know what they mean by that. They were asking him to talk about his latest conquest or his latest win, and obviously they're talking about Kayla, and they're actually talking about all of this inside, like in the middle of the kitchen, loud as hell, in front of everybody, Kayla being at the table right next to them, and they basically just talk about it and are laughing, joking around, and I don't care who you are, that would be really embarrassing. Like, I do feel bad for Kayla, but at the same time, and this is where I'm kind of like, the whole episode, because I feel bad for these women But then I remind myself that they really put themselves in these shitty ass positions. Kayla, you had a relationship. I'm assuming he was good looking because you were with him. I'm assuming he had qualities you liked because you were with him. Apparently she lived with the dude. And I'm like, you really jeopardized all of that for Bear, who is sitting here with the guys laughing, joking about you and your situation. Like, it's just mind-blowing to me. I did feel bad for her, but then there was like, it was like a conflicting thing. Like, I felt bad for her, but then I didn't. You know, like, you really put yourself in this position. And then I'm annoyed at Bear because, oh my god, that bird had a fucking twig in his mouth. Oh my god, that one does too. Is that a thing? Do birds just have... Oh, I wonder if they're parents and they're making a nest. Oh my god. All the wildlife comes out when I'm filming. It's so hot. Anyways, I was annoyed at Bear. Like, Bear is just... He's also really toxic too. I have said in the past that I find him funny, and I do. There are times where he is funny, but he's toxic also. Like, I'm just so upset with Kayla for doing what she did, but she's in a better place now. She has a new boyfriend, and he's from England also, I think, and they seem pretty serious, so good for them. But damn, Kayla, like, what are you doing with your life? Anyway, so they're all joking around, and she kind of storms off back into the bunker, like in the rooms, because she's pissed off, she's embarrassed, she can't believe that she did what she did, and she's just annoyed, which I understand. Then they cut to a scene with Jenna, again, in her relationship. Ooh, it's hot. I'm sorry I keep repeating that, but I'm just not good with the heat. And Jenna is like, oh my gosh, I can't get a hold of Zach, blah, blah, blah. So she calls her friend Nicole, and Nicole basically tells her, like, girl, Zach, your man, he went through your DMs, and he's pissed. And that kind of explains everything for Jenna. She's like, holy shit, like, what the hell am I don't even know what's going on right now because I'm here. What is happening? And she emphasizes to her friend, like, yeah, there's messages there, but from when him and I weren't even together, we were on a break. And I could totally see him being the kind of guy that can misconstrue a message or misinterpret something or decide to not look at a date right or something, and it be a problem for him. Like, he just seems like, he's always seemed like a really controlling partner, and I just would never be able to be with that. Like, So she basically says, like, if this is affecting his mental health, then I'll leave. And I was like, oh my god, Jenna, you know, like, what are you doing? Like, stop. What is wrong with you? But that's what she said, and she was crying. Nani, Anissa, I think even Kayla, they were all there to comfort her. Nani seems like such a good friend. I'm just going to throw this out there right now. There's been multiple times this season alone, and it's only episode 6, where one of her friends has kind of been in a kerfunkle, and she's been there for her. Or even the whole Ashley situation. Her and Ashley aren't even friends like that, and she still stood up and defended Ashley as if she were her best friend. And I really appreciate that from Nani. And Nani's really always had that energy. She had that same energy on her season of The Real World, and I believe she's had it throughout her seasons. I am definitely a Nani fan. You guys know I don't throw that word around lightly, but I am a Nani fan for sure. And I really appreciate seeing her be there for her girlfriends. And Jenna was having a hard time, and she was there for her. I'm trying to think. Okay, and then after that, I don't even know why. I have my notes. And then, so she's crying all over the place, and she's basically telling everyone, like, oh, I'm going to go home. I want to go home, blah, blah, blah. Is this right? Yeah. Yeah, so that's what she's doing. She's going around telling everyone she wants to go home, I think. And then Bananas and Wes decide to stir the pot some more and be little problematic butt heads like they always are, especially together. It's really weird. And they decide to decorate, rearrange Bear's living space, his living quarters, and they decide to decorate it for Kayla and Bear. There's a K and a B all over the place. There's little heart towels, all of that. And then Wes decides, is it Wes or was it Bananas? I think it was Wes. Decided to go into decided to go into Kayla's journal and pull out 2 of the pictures of her and her boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend. I don't know. Whatever. I guess now ex-boyfriend, at the time current boyfriend, or in the middle. I don't know what they were, but it was her and her ex-boyfriend, boyfriend ex, whatever. And yeah, he decided to stick them on the ceiling so that when she hypothetically lays in the bed, she could see her and her boyfriend up on the ceiling. And it was a messed up little prank, or whatever they were trying to do with it. It wasn't very nice. I would have been livid. I would have been more pissed off if they went through my stuff, to be honest. Like, pulled out my, like, went into my journal, which is a very private space. And even if they didn't read anything, just the fact that you open up someone's journal is just such a breach of personal space, in my opinion. So that would have actually pissed me off even more, I think. But I don't know. And then so they do that, and they pull Kayla inside and they show her their decorations, and then they're like, lay on the bed, and she does, and she looks up and sees her pictures, and that's kind of it for her. She loses her shit, and understandably so. I mean, they went through her stuff, they got her pictures, they're acting as if this whole situation is a joke, and to her it's very serious. Like, she messed up, she regrets it very clearly, at least to me. I don't know. I don't know if she really, yeah, I think she regretted it for sure, but I don't know, because at one point when she's pissed off, she basically tells Bear, like, it feels like you don't even like me. So I don't really know if she felt bad for her boyfriend or if she just felt embarrassed for herself. I don't really know. But regardless, she was obviously upset and feeling some type of way about it. She goes back in the kitchen, tries to eat, and she starts throwing shit because she's just upset, which I understand. I would be upset too. But I also wouldn't have put myself in that damn position, now would I? Especially for Bear. Like, that would have never happened. I'm not on my watch. No. And then, so that whole thing happens, and then they hop on over back to Jenna and her relationship, and she finally gets Zach's toxic ass on the phone, and he just continues being a dick. So she basically is like, what's going on? And he tells her, like, you already know. Or no, she tells him, like, I know what happened. Like, I talked to Nicole and she told me that you found some DMs. And he's like, yeah, I just think it's crazy because you've been lying to me about who you are. Or whatever the fuck he said. I don't know. And she emphasized to him, like, I haven't lied. We weren't together. We were on a break. Like, what? And he was basically accusing her of cheating, which is obviously very offensive if you have not cheated. And so Jenna was like, what the fuck? Like, are you really accusing me of cheating? I did not cheat on you. I have not cheated. And he started yelling at her, telling her that she was giving him attitude. And I was watching it and I was like, oh my God, that could never be me. That could never be me. I would have already hung up on his ass. Already called him like a limp dick motherfucker or something. Like, it would have, like, I would have called him a mean name and hung up on him, because that is not how he would have been talking to me. But she actually just sat there and kind of took it, and then was like, do you want me to come home? I'll come home. But if I come home, are we gonna have a conversation? And he was like, oh, we're gonna have plenty of conversations. And I was like, oh my God, this guy is such a bitch. Like, he is so annoying. And then she, in her little interview, she was like, or her confessional, I don't know what they're called. She was like, he may look big and scary, but he's really a teddy bear. And I was like, I'm not getting teddy bear vibes from his ass. Not at all. You really must be seeing something that we all don't see, because I just don't get that vibe from him. I get controlling, argumentative, toxic. You know, those are just a few things that I get from him, but whatever. It was kind of funny because So she gets off the phone and she's basically telling everyone, and I don't know if this section happened in the previous Jenna clip or now, I can't really remember, but at one point she was telling everyone that she's going home, and then Tori is like, oh yeah, I would go home too. And then in her interview she's like, I just see this as an easy opportunity to get a red skull. Which I love. Like, go Tori, you do the damn thing. So let's hurry up and get into the competition section. I did note that Bailey, Wes, and Swaggy were talking about how easy a Jenna win would be. So Bailey is wanting to get her red skull against Jenna. So that is the goal for Bailey. She wants to get in there, get her red skull, because she is there to win, which I respect. And that I mentioned that earlier. I said Tori and Bailey really want to get their red skulls. And I guess Bailey, Wes, and Swaggy C, all three have a secret alliance, at least secret for Wes, to Bananas. So there's that. So the competition, they go to the competition and TJ's like, so does anyone want to leave? Is anyone wanting to quit? And Jenna stayed mute. She did not want to quit at that time, I guess. Whatever. The competition is called Fast and Furious, and each person is paired with one other person, and they have to go against another team of 2. They have to basically pull off these magnetic puzzle pieces off of the side of like a big rig truck, and then get back onto the top of the truck and put together the puzzle in the fastest time. Jordan was able to go twice because they were odd number of men, and he got pulled to go twice, which is great for him and Tori, because if he's in the tribunal, then he could possibly get Tori into the proving ground so that she could earn her red skull, and then they won't have to worry about that for Tori, which is their goal. That is what they want to do. So he ends up getting teamed up with Nani for one round and then Bailey for another round. His round with Nani went really well. They actually did really good. His round with Bailey, not so much. So the thing was that Bailey, I guess, left one of her puzzle pieces on the side and then wasn't really helping Jordan with the puzzle. But then it's like on the flip side of that, it's like, Jordan, you just did this puzzle. How are you sucking so bad at it? Like, I don't really understand how Jordan was doing such a shitty job at that damn puzzle. He just won it maybe 30 minutes prior, 20, I don't know, 30, an hour prior with Nani. Like, it really shouldn't have been that difficult for him, but I guess it was. They ended up being disqualified because they ran out of time. Bailey was pissed, and to be honest, I definitely think that it was a joint failure for both of them. I don't think that either of them, I don't think their mind was in the game, but Bailey was pissed off because she felt like he purposely sucked at that competition because he wanted to get Nani into the tribunal, and that's why he did so well with Nani but not with Bailey. I don't really know. He denies that, but I wouldn't put it past him. I would, however, I mean, Jordan has always been pretty upfront about things, so if that were his goal, I definitely think that he would have admitted to it, but at the same time, I don't really know. Alliances get formed and things aren't shown a lot on TV, like in the episodes. So who knows? That might have been the plan with Nani. I don't really know. But regardless, they lost and Bailey was pissed. Nani and Jordan ended up winning that competition, so they made up the first bit of the tribunal, and then they ended up picking, or Nani ended up picking Jenna as the third member of the tribunal, which I thought was really weird. I kind of expected Jordan to be like, Tori, you know, but instead Nani kind of hopped on Jenna. I don't know if that was planned or if she just hopped on it first, but Jenna's in the tribunal, and that's actually where the episode ended. I hate it when episodes end like that. I like it like the normal format, you know, when we have a proving ground competition and someone goes home. I like how episodes end like that. I don't really like it when they end the way that this episode ended, but whatever. So Jenna has the opportunity to nominate herself to go into the proving ground and earn her red skull or go home. I have a feeling that she is just going to go in and quit, you know, aka lose on purpose so that she could go home. I think that's her master plan. whatever. Jenna, get some self-respect, girl. I really feel bad for you. I honestly, if that's the way that he talks to you on camera, then I can't really imagine how he would talk to you privately. I can't imagine it would be any better, so. But Nani said to herself, Nani, who is one of her best friends, said that Jenna will do anything to be with Zach, no matter how many people tell her that he is toxic or whatever, bad news. She's not going to believe it, and she's just going to continue to do what she wants. There are women like that in the world, and ooh, good luck with that, Jenna. Just good luck with it. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comment section. Please don't forget to like, comment, and sharing this video really helps me out. I would really appreciate it if you would share it. And I love you guys so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye!